Hello, you fabulous peer facilitators. We hope you are as excited about the upcoming semester as we are. This is Paige Keller, and the purpose of this video tutorial is to share with you details about the FYSS 101 Synthesis Seminar curriculum and the OAKS modules. Now, I'll be moving back and forth between screens today, so please forgive my not-so-smooth transitions. To help you plan for your weekly synthesis seminars, we provide you with all the tools and resources you need to be a successful peer facilitator. We share with you your weekly themes, which include all of the required topics you'll need to cover that week. We've developed OAKS modules that are already built into your OAKS classes that the students are required to complete prior to the seminar. We have detailed lesson plan modules from which you can develop your own lesson plans, and we've incorporated Strengths Quest into the Synthesis Seminar curriculum. Now, the first thing I want you to do right now is log into your CFC Google account and click on Team Drive. So I'm going to do it while hopefully you're doing it as well, or you can pause this and log in. Once you're in your Google Drive, go to the left-hand side and click on Team Drives. And under Team Drives, you should have access to this folder that's called Peer Facilitator FYSS 101 Resources. If you do not have access to it, pause the video, email me and tell me that you don't have access to it, and make sure that you provide your g.cfc g.cfc.edu email address for me so that I can make sure you do have access to it. So once you do have access to it, double click on this and scroll down. The first thing I want you to see is the spring semester scaffold for 2018. So open that up. And this is your Bible. This is the full content of what will happen in your synthesis seminar this semester. You'll see that for each of the 14 weeks of the semester, we provide for you the topic, what the theme is for the week. We share with you the modules that the students are supposed to complete on OAKS prior to attending that week. We share with you all of the content of the synthesis seminar that week. If there are any strengths-based questions or topics, we'll share that in this column. And then the final column, it says Spring FYSE or LC. That's what we encourage the professors to incorporate in their courses, whether it's the seminar or the learning community that's attached to your synthesis seminar. So to summarize what you'll see on the spring semester scaffold, there are OAKS modules and the content in the OAKS modules, the topics for the synthesis seminar, your strengths topics for icebreakers, and the topics that your faculty may use in the first year seminar or learning community. Let's first talk about the OAKS modules. Your first year students will be required to complete certain modules in OAKS prior to each synthesis seminar. That includes the first week of classes because there are some required OAKS topics and content before the first class. So what I want you to do now is log into OAKS and find your FYSS 101 course. Now that you're logged in, you can see that OAKS has changed a bit as it went through an upgrade over the holidays. I want you to scroll down until you see where it says View All Courses and click on that. When you view all your courses, you will actually probably see all the courses in which you've ever been enrolled or in which you've ever led for a synthesis seminar, and it will go back as far as you've even been at the College of Charleston. You don't want to see all that, so what you want to do is filter down to the spring 2018. And after you do that, all you'll see are your spring 2018 courses. Search for your synthesis seminar, and as you can see, I have all of your synthesis seminars here, but I'm just going to look at FYSS 101 Section 1. But what I want you to do is open up that seminar, and you'll see that it does look a little bit different now. It's a little more exciting, a little more dynamic. You can actually go in and change the image for the banner. You can, it just looks a little bit different. You can have some fun with it and make it your own. Remember that on the first page, this is where you can make fun announcements. You can leave certain announcements up for the full semester. You can put time limits on the announcements, but this is your page. You have complete control over it. I will never go in and add anything to your announcements or news page. There are 3 areas that I want to talk about with you today: the content, the grades, and the attendance roster. So let's first all together click on the content of your synthesis seminar. You'll see under content that every single week from week 1 to 14 contains content and required modules and required activities for your first year students. Sometimes they'll just need to click on something to read it, like the syllabus, for example. Sometimes they have to go in and do a discussion. Other times they actually need to complete a questionnaire in Google Docs or a quiz or survey within OAKS. So each week, and this is what you have to make sure that the students understand from the beginning, each week the students will be required to do this module before that seminar. So for your first week of classes, you need to go ahead and contact your students to let them know they need to read the syllabus, they need to introduce themselves on OAKS, and they need to complete Strengths Quest prior to the first week. Now I'm going to go ahead and say that some of your students may have some trouble with the Strengths Quest access codes. If they do, you need to direct them to the Strength Helpline and contact information, which you can find on their website. But we're asking them to do it for the first week, but they won't actually be using Strengths Quest until the modules for the second week. So again, you can scroll down and see that there are topics. Some we might only have one topic or one activity within the week. For others, there might be a number of things we expect them to do for that week. The only week where there are any kind of date restrictions are the very last week, week 14 of the seminar, and we have the survey and the final exam opening up on April 9th and closing on May 2nd. The rest of them can be done at any time. In other words, some of your students could even go in and complete everything except week 14 in the first week. We don't really want them to do that, but the point is they can do it anytime they want to get it done. Once students have completed their activities, so if they've clicked on the syllabus or actually submitted some sort of discussion within the discussion board, and once they've viewed how to complete Strengths Quest, you'll see beside each student's name that they have completed it with a check mark. Once you know that the students have done what they're supposed to do, whether it's looking at something or like in week 8, submitting the Life So Far paper, then you need to go in and give them a grade. And really it's more of a completion grade. You're not grading them with an A or B or a C. You're giving them a completion grade for doing the work you've asked them to do before the seminar. So when you click on grades, scroll down and click on grades again. What you'll then see are all of the grades that are required for the semester, all of the activities that have some sort of graded component. Again, it's not an A, B, or C. What it's going to be is a pass or fail. Did they do it or did they not do it? When you get in here and you want to enter grades, and you do have to manually enter the students' grades, these are not automatically entered. You click on Enter Grades, and then you see nothing, apparently. Oh, there it is. And you'll see that you can go in to each activity. So did they view everything within week 1? Grade all. You can go in and actually put the grade in. Is it a pass or a fail for each of the students? I'm going to cancel out of that because I don't want to grade any of these students before the semester begins. But you do have to go in and manually enter the grades. My advice to you is do this each week. Do not let it pile up. Now, you might be asking yourself, how do I know if they viewed the content? Let me show you how. Click on Content, And let's use the syllabus as an example. If you click on the FYSS 101 syllabus and you go to that grade item, scroll down and click on completion summary, you can see that there is no activity. None of these students enrolled in this class have looked at this syllabus yet, and that's because they haven't been told to do so. But as soon as each student looks at it, you will see that the student has completed it over here. And that's how you give the student credit for what they did. The next thing I want to show you is the attendance roster. If you go to Management and then click on Attendance, you'll see the register name of your seminar, the FYSS. Scroll down and you can see that you have from weeks 1 to 14 the attendance. And so to grade the students or to give the students attended or did not attend class, you click on the little icon beside the week and you indicate whether they were present or absent. At the end of the semester, you will share this with your faculty. You'll share the attendance roster and you'll share the final grades spreadsheet with your faculty, and we'll show you toward the end of the semester how to download that and send that to them. So to summarize what we just talked about, the OAKS gradebook is set up and ready for you to use. Don't let those grades pile up. You can monitor your weekly attendance in OAKS. Don't wait until the last week to do it. Make sure that you keep up with the attendance every single week. Our policy is that they can have no more than 4 absences. This is a very generous policy. If they have more than 4 absences, they'll be required to take FYE again in a future semester. Your faculty may actually make this an even stricter policy, but this is the general policy that we have. The faculty will also have in their syllabus some sort of grading component that links to the synthesis seminar. Either 10% of the course grade in the FYE course will be based on what they do in the synthesis seminar, or they will have some sort of component where the FYE course grade will decrease based on what they do in the synthesis seminar. And that's up to the faculty, and you just need to find out from them what their policy is. The next thing I want to show you is the lesson plan modules in the synthesis seminar for each week. So I want you to go back to your Google Drive. Go back to your Google Drive and click on the Team Drive and the Peer Facilitator FYSS 101 resources. Go to week 1, we'll just take a look at this one for an example, double click on that, and you'll see that what we've provided you in week 1 is a module from which you need to develop your lesson plan. The lesson plan module contains the OAKS content that's due on that day, the content for the synthesis seminar, the learning outcomes we expect the students to achieve that week, and some suggested learning activities to support the student learning outcomes, as well as, scroll all the way to the bottom, your OAKS assignments for the next class. So every single module is designed to help you build your lesson plan. And as you learned in TEDU 205, you are required, you hear that word, to develop a lesson plan for every single synthesis seminar. Do not go in and wing it. Do not walk in with this module and use it as a lesson plan. As you can see in red up top, it says this is your lesson plan module. Use the lesson plan template, which is also found in your resources folder, to create a lesson plan based on this module. In many cases, we have so much material, so much suggested material for the activities, you probably wouldn't be able to do it all. So it's up to you to make sure that you're covering all of the learning outcomes and the students are achieving all of the learning outcomes based on what you do in the seminar. This will help them be successful as first-year students. If you have any questions or any problems with the OAKS modules, with the Google Drive, with anything pertaining to the curriculum or the required OAKS modules, please email me immediately and include your section numbers. That's going to help you a little bit faster. If you have other questions that can wait, make sure to ask your team leader during your first team meeting on January 10th. We hope you have an amazing semester, and we are here to support you.